from Colorado originally, if you guys couldn't smell that by now. You guys are like, no shit, you look like if Thor came down to Earth and found a bong before he found his hammer, you know? Yeah. Last time I was home in Colorado, I ate 2 marijuana-infused baklava before trying to get on an airplane. You're only supposed to have 1, but they're just so darn good. So I had 2, and the key word in that sentence was tried to get on an airplane. When you get to the front of the line at the TSA checkpoint, they have a question for you, and it is, "Sir, where are you traveling today?" And let me tell you, you gotta fucking nail it. Like, you can't get that wrong at all. And this woman was like, "Sir, where are you traveling today?" And I was just like, yes? I don't know. I should have known there's a sign in downtown Denver that reads, "Don't let an edible ruin your vacation." And it's paid for by the Colorado Tourism Board. Like that means there was a government meeting about pot brownies, you guys. Like, how did that go? They were like sitting there, they're like, I think they got like a care package with like a little too much caring, and they're like, holy shit. What was in that baklava? My vacation has been ruined. What do you mean I live here permanently? Put a billboard downtown right now.
If there's one positive thing that came out of this COVID situation, if there's one positive thing that came out, it's never been more comfortable for me as an Arab to be at the airport. They don't give a fuck about us anymore. They're just looking at the Asians now. Everyone's just looking. Try sneezing at the airport and being Asian right now. See how comfortable you feel. Yeah, they literally don't give a fuck about us. My legal last name looks just like Al Qaeda. I walked through TSA. Poor Mr. Wong behind me, though, got randomly selected. They asked him where he traveled to in the past 2 weeks. Are you familiar with the variant, Mr. Wong? Well, I don't know what it is about racism in America, but it's like it's on this like fucking Ferris wheel. And Middle Eastern people, we just got off, and we put the Asians on. All right, have fun! Enjoy it! You guys, it's awful! We'll come back when something explodes! Black people are just there like, get me off this fucking ride! I've been on this ride for 400 years!
Maybe this is some shit I shouldn't say, but because I sound like a fucking snob, but I am. And look, I mean, full disclosure, I haven't flown coach in 10 years, you know? And it's just one of those things. Ever since you get celebrified, it's just like you just get spoiled. That's just the way, you know, that's just the way it goes. And I was offered a movie in LA. I was in Miami doing a show, and I really wanted this movie, and my agent was like, oh, you got this movie, you got to go to LA. Sure. Got to fly tonight. Sure. But you got to fly coach. I was like, I don't have to do the movie. You know what I mean? But I ended up doing it, and I swear, like, this is a true story of what happened in May, where I'm flying coach, and I got a pretty recognizable face because I walk around naked, and so, like, you know, I'm on a coach flight, American Airlines to Miami from LAX, and I'm in disguise. I have like an afro, a beret, sunglasses, and a trench coat, all right? And and this one guy, and this my whole point is, it's just that motherfucker I'm sitting in the window, some bitch is sleeping, and this guy is in the aisle seat. Dude, he's the fucking worst. The aisle people, they fucking suck all of my little cock, you know what I mean? They're horrible people. They're eating, because there's a whole big bag of cashews. He eat like he's fucking Dumbo. And like, I'm scared shitless because my daughter Zoe, she's deathly allergic to peanuts, to cashews. She goes into shock. And so I'm like nervous, and I didn't want to say, and I like when I come home, I don't want like any shit getting on my jeans. I'm like really neurotic and shit. And it's just like, so I'm literally, but I didn't want to tell him because I didn't want him to recognize who I was. So here I am texting the hoe going, kind of freaking out that the dude beside me is eating a bag of cashews. I know it's okay, but he keeps shaking the cashew dust off the fucking floor. It should be okay. And I'm like going nuts. He's like dramatically rubbing his hands with the cashew dust. I don't like it. And she was just like, it's okay, just wash your jeans. I'm not worried. And for some stupid reason, I go, but I plan on wearing these jeans tomorrow. And literally, I said, fuck it. So I asked this guy, I said, I'm so sorry. I'm allergic to these cashews. Would you mind putting it up? By the way, I'm not allergic to anything, apparently, except patience and tolerance. And the guy has the bag, and he's putting the cashews in the bag. He's like all mad. And he's like, I'm like Asian Jay Farrow. I'm so good with voices. And he's like, and I'm like, great, this motherfucker put his shit in the bag in the overhead compartment. I was like, what's wrong with that? That's a good thing. I'm like, no. I mean, he's getting cashew dust all over my suitcase, and he doesn't recognize who I am. I fucking hate Coach.
I am not a ninja warrior. I want to make that clear. You guys are such stars. I am not. I'm chubby. I'm afraid to fly. That's how out of shape I am now. Everybody fights to get on an airplane. Try to be first on the plane, not me. You know what I try to do? I try to be the last guy on the plane. Because I think, how much cooler is that? Than being the first guy up there who's sitting there in first class, waiting, sipping his little mimosa, doing Sudoku. Instead, 30 minutes later, I walk on, I'm like, hey, thanks for waiting, Chief, but tell the pilot Matt Eisman has arrived. Now we can fire up this jet and let's go. The only problem is when you're the last person on the plane, everybody stares at you. And I know you're still filming me. This shirt is slimming, isn't it? I'll let you know the secret. Daddy hasn't missed many meals. I'm 6'4", 255. I am what the military calls husky. I think I'm a liability in combat. And when you walk down the aisle this size, everybody who has an empty seat next to them looks at you the same way. No. Please, God, don't sit next to me. They shame me. And I was just on a flight, and I get to my row, and I see the seat where I'm supposed to sit. And the two guys in my row, I'm the petite one. I'm the small one. These guys look like they had me for breakfast with butter. They're enormous. I sit down. And now we're all crammed in, we're pulling our shoulders together, because you know, big guys, if we touch, like, butter forms spontaneously, it's disgusting. You go the whole flight in Korea, you're considered married, it's gross. And so we're sitting there pulling in, and we calculate, between the three of us, there's 971 pounds of man meat in this single row. I know, like, we're gonna take off, you're gonna hear, As we get to the left side, we're gonna take out Burbank. So the steward, the only saving grace was that it was an exit row. So there was a little, no, it's my mom calling. There's a little extra. Why are you up so early? You're chubby. There's a little extra legroom because I had an exit row, but it comes with great responsibility. And the flight attendant comes up, are you willing and able to help in the event of an emergency? And I take it very seriously, like, you do your responsibilities. And I say, yes. And she goes, what's with the tone? And I go, I'm looking at the window and it looks a little small. I'm not sure I'll fit. The guy next to me, who's 6'7", 351, goes, don't worry. I'll make sure you fit. Oh my God! Now I'm terrified! I'm terrified this flight's gonna go down in Omaha, the fuselage is gonna fill with flames and smoke. I'm gonna be wedged in a window, and some big guy who looks like Deliverance is gonna be pounding me out from the back. My final minutes in life are gonna play out. So that's why I have a fear of flying. You guys are awesome. I'm Matt Eisman. Check out.
I feel bad for people who come from other countries. Like, they travel here from sophisticated countries, from, like, I don't know, Japan and Sweden and some fucking nice countries, and they want to come to America, and for the first time ever, the first city they ever get to see is Los Angeles. Like, I feel bad. It's like the worst, like, it's the worst representation of America. You understand? They land in the shittiest airport of all times. They land in LAX. Like, does it get any fucking uglier than LAX? You walk in, you're passing cement trucks and shit. You get to the fucking bus. If they get an Uber, but it's a disaster. And then what happens? They take them to the worst part of America, the intersection of Hollywood and Highland. That is like the worst place. I don't know why all the tourists, they go to Hollywood and Highland. You got to see the look of disappointment on these people's faces. They're just standing there like, what the fuck? Why is everybody homeless? What is this shithole? And then there's a Spider-Man 4 feet tall. Have you seen the fucking Spider-Man there? You seen that Spider-Man? He's 4 feet tall with shit in his pants. He's like, ah! Ah! Batman is selling Coke. Chewbacca is selling chorizos. Orale! All the Japanese are hiding their cameras. No picture, fucker, no picture, fucker you. Central California is like, oh my God. Oh my God, this is so amazing. So.
Even going for Michael, he had a Lexus as a kid. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. I'm sorry, I'm a little off. My ear, I just flew back into town and my ear hasn't popped. I landed on Spirit Airlines. It's the best. If you haven't flown it, you gotta try. It is one step above shipping yourself somewhere in a box. That's it. The difference is the tape. You have to pay for the tape. It's bad, but I am from Cleveland, Ohio. I love a bargain. $40 round trip, direct flight, and all I have to do is sit on the wing. That's a good deal. Sign me up. Yeah, man, I love these guys. A lot of comics make fun of this airline. It's fair, you know, but I'm a little different. I'm invested. I have the Spirit Airlines MasterCard. Yeah, and I'm a VIP member of their mileage program. Because I respect a business in 2019 that is terrible and could give a shit about your opinion. You gotta love that, right? Like, they don't even advertise. You think they give a shit about your Yelp review? My legs were pinched. Well, go fuck yourself. How about that? You'll be back. Right? You get what you pay for, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. You get what you pay for. If you went to a 5-star restaurant, well, never mind. If some of you went to a 3-star restaurant, like a clean Applebee's, and your meal was terrible, you got every right to be pissed off. But if you go to Little Caesars, and half your pizza turns out to be an ice cube, well, you knew what the fuck you were getting into. It's $5 for an entire pizza. It's been sitting under a light bulb since Tuesday. Little Caesars, we might be food. Spirit Airlines, we're the best. You could do. Yeah, we see you in your sweatpants and flip-flops. Get on the plane. Move. Yeah. They're mean on that airline, too. I'm from Cleveland. I walked onto the flight. I'm wearing my Cleveland Browns sweatshirt, and one of the attendants looks me dead in the eye and goes, "Cleveland Browns, boo!" What the fuck? Am I getting heckled on my own airline? So I got caught off guard. So I'm like, okay, that's funny. And then her attendant friend jumps in. She goes, "Cleveland Browns. When was the last time they were good?" Ladies and gentlemen, there are moments when somebody burns you really bad, and an hour later you think of the greatest comeback you've ever. You wish you would have said it and there were witnesses, because you're pretty sure your words would have set fire to cities. This was not that moment. I was ready. She said the last thing. I stopped in the aisle, I pivoted, I looked her in the eyes, and I said, "You know you work for the Cleveland Browns of Airlines, right?" It was good. 3 dudes behind me were like, "Oh shit." You're not gonna give me peanuts. I'm like, we were never gonna get peanuts, dude. That was never gonna happen.
New Yorkers are hilarious. They're the only people in the world you ask one question: where do you live? And they got to give you 3 fucking answers. Where do you live? Brooklyn, 54th Street, Fort Greene Projects. You don't hear that shit in LA. It don't sound right with brothers. Where you from? South Central, Watts Towers, my mama's house. It don't sound right with foreigners either. Where are you from? Africa, Jungle Road, Wakanda. I've been all over. I was in Miami 2 weeks ago. I don't know if anybody's ever been to Miami. Have you been to a nightclub in Miami? Only place in the world the clubs close at like 9 o'clock in the morning. People go straight from the club to work. I'm in the club, 8:30 in the morning. This dude next to me in full FedEx uniform and shit. He got a package in his hand on the dance floor and shit.